Fundamentals of Chinese 2, Unit 14, Transportation. An email, thanking someone for a ride. Understand it. Turn to pages 264 and 265 in your textbook. Have a pen or pencil ready to follow along. Okay, this dialogue or text is entitled 电子邮件. 电子邮件. So 电子 is the word for electronic. 电子邮件 is a word for mail. So electric mail, which is exactly what we call it, email. We just shortened electric or electronic to just the E, email, for electronic mail. So there you have the Chinese word for email, 电子邮件. This is an email. So in this portion of the text, you have the date of the email. This is pretty straightforward, not much to talk about here. Same with here, from Leo to Wang Peng, subject, 谢谢. And then she starts off like we start off emails by typing the person's name, Wang Peng. So not a whole lot to discuss here. This is meant to be the from, the to, the subject line of the email, and then the beginning of the email. Alright. So Leo starts off by saying in her email to Wang Peng, 谢谢你那天开车送我到机场. Okay, so all this you should know. 谢谢你那天开车送我到机场. So pause and write down what you think the meaning there is. And very likely you came up with something close to, thank you for driving me to the airport that day. We have thank you, or thank you that day, driving a car, sending me to the airport. Next we have reng. Reng is a useful character. Reng means to allow or cause somebody to do something. So like let, to allow or to let. So to allow you or to let you. 花那么多时间. So here we have a verb, 花 and 时间. 花时间. So I wonder if you could guess what 花 means. I'm going to take a look right now. 花 means to spend. So the Chinese use this very similar to the way we do. We say spend time, and the Chinese also use this word hua to spend money. So it means to spend, and they use it very similar to the way we do with the nouns time and money. So 让你花那么多时间，那么多时间，真不好意思. Okay, so letting you spend so much time. 真不好意思. So what is this 不好意思? 不好意思 is to feel embarrassed. This is a very popular phrase in China. 不好意思, and people usually say this when they feel embarrassed about something. If you're walking down the hall and you bump into someone, or a Chinese person bumps into you, they're a little startled, and they may look at you and say, "Oh, 不好意思,对不起. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Sorry. I didn't mean to run into you." So, what does this mean? 不过让你花那么多时间，真不好意思. So pause and write down what you think this means. Likely you came up with something similar to, however, I'm so embarrassed for letting you spend so much time. And what's implied here is so much time driving me to the airport. Okay? However, letting you spend so much time, really embarrassing. She continues to write, 我这几天每天都开车出去看老朋友. Okay, so we have 每, and 每 means every. So, you know, 天 means day, so put them together and you get 每天. So, 我这几天每天. Now, 这几天, perhaps you may not have learned, I don't recall, but you may have learned, you can, 几 means a few, right? 几 is used many different ways, but 几 can also mean a few, or in this case, these. So, 这几天 means these days. She's on vacation, so she's saying, these days I've just been doing this and doing that. So, 这几天 means these days. So, 我这几天每天都开车出去看老朋友. So let's keep looking through this sentence. Okay, you'll often see 都 together with 每, and in this case you really need it. Right? 每天, every day, I've been doing something. And so in this situation, you really need to have 都 together with 每. And grammar point 5 on page 267 goes into some detail on this. So you may want to take a look there. Pause right now and turn to page 260 and take a look at grammar point number 5. And there's some more examples there. Okay, you're back. So what do you think this sentence means? 我这几天每天都开车出去看老朋友. So pause and write down what you think that means. And I'm sure you came up with something very close to these days. Every day I have been going out driving to visit friends. Now this is kind of an awkward sentence in English. We probably wouldn't say it this way, but again, Chinese express things differently than we do. So this is very common. 我这几天每天都出去看老朋友. It's very normal Chinese construction, but it's kind of hard to put it into an English sentence that's similar to this and uses the same words but makes good sense. But remember, if you came up with something close to this, congratulations. Alright, she goes on to say, 这个城市的人开车开得特别快. So 城市 is the word for city. 城市. So 这个城市, this city. 这个城市的人. Now this is an interesting. Remember early on I told you that de is used to do some pretty interesting grammatical things in Chinese, and here's an example. So in a minute when we translate this sentence, you'll see 这个城市的人. I'm interested to see how you translate this here. So 这个城市的人开车开得特别快. So let's keep moving along here. 特别. Now you remember this sentence, 开车开得特别快. So this repeating of 开车and then 的 means that it's an adverb. So this adjective here is modifying the verb 开. Okay, so 特别 means especially or very. So what do you think this means? 这个城市的人开车开得特别快. Pause and write down what you think it means. Okay, the people in this city. So this city's people. This city's people. Okay, so this city, and then it's basically you have people. The subject of the sentence is people. So in Chinese, the subject appears here. And then all of this before the de is modifying people. So see, in English, we put this subject in the very beginning, the people. But in Chinese, first you modify the subject, and then you come with the subject. So it's 这个城市的人. So it's 人, but what kind of 人? It's 这个城市的人, right? The people of this city. 开车开得特别快. Very simply, drive very fast. Drive very fast. Alright, she goes on and says, 我在高速公路上开车真有点紧张。我在高速公路上开车真有点紧张。Okay, so let's start with 高速公路。高速公路。高速公路 is highway. Highway. So 高 means high. 速 高 means high. 速 means speed. 公 means public. And 路 means road or way. So you have high speed public road. Literally, that's what it means. High speed public road. 高速公路 highway. Okay. Now you notice this shang here. So in English we say the on the highway. We say on the highway, but in Chinese they say highway on. They swap it. So 我在高速公路上 on the highway I, and we might start the sentence with on the highway I feel, but in Chinese they begin it with I. On the highway, and 在 shang is kind of this little construction. 在 something, shang means on, right? 在桌子上 on the table. 在车上 on the car. 在书上 on the book, right? Okay. 在电话上 on the phone. 在高速公路上 on the highway. So 我在高速公路上开车真有点紧张. Okay, so she's really a little 紧张. So what's this 紧张? 紧张 means nervous. Nervous. 紧张. So you should be able to come up with a good meaning for the sentence. 我在高速公路上开车真有点紧张. So pause and write down what you think that sentence means. And I'm sure you came up with something quite close to I get really nervous driving on the highway. Okay. Notice a different word order. Okay. Chinese express themselves in a very different way. Different word order. I get really nervous, but in the Chinese sentence the fact that she's nervous doesn't come up until the end of the sentence. We bring up in Chinese, they bring up the highway first. They bring up the location first. In Chinese, they put the location here. In English, you could move this on the highway to the front. On the highway, I get really nervous. You could move it up to the front as well in English. Alright, she goes on and says, 可是这儿没有公共汽车，也没有地铁，只能自己开车，很不方便. Okay, so up in the front here, you should be able to sort this piece out. 可是这儿没有公共汽车. So here there is not 公共汽车. Also, 也没有, there also isn't any. 也没有地铁. 只能, you can only, 只能自己开车，很不方便. So what's this 自己? 自己 means oneself. Oneself. And then you have this 方便, which you have not learned yet. Well, in fact, you did learn 方便 in Unit 6. So you can go to Unit 6 and take a look at the vocab list there. So you should be able to sort this sentence out. 可是这儿没有公共汽车，也没有地铁，只能自己开车，很不方便. Pause and write down what you think this means. And you certainly came up with something quite close to, but there are no buses or subway here. I have to drive myself. 自己开车 drive myself. It's very inconvenient. 很不方便，不方便 inconvenient. Alright, next we have 有空的话打我的手机或者给我发短信，我想跟你聊天儿. Okay, so you should have up to here 有空的话打我的手机. What's a 手机? Okay, 手机, well, 手 means hand and 机 means machine. So hand machine. And this is how the Chinese say cell phone. 手机 hand machine. So 有空的话打我的手机. Now this is kind of funny. 打 means hit. So 打我的手机 sounds like it's saying hit my cell phone. But remember, 打 is one of those multiple meaning words. So not only does 打 mean to hit, but 打 also means to make a phone call. It's the verb used together with phone to say make a phone call. So 打我的手机 means call me on my cell phone. 打我的手机 call me on my cell phone. "或者给我 give me 给我发短信. Now this is kind of funny. 发短信is send a text message, and 短信 is the text message. 短 means short, 信 means message, so short message or text message, and 发 means to send. And 给, you learned 给 as a verb, give, but 给 here is used as a preposition, and it's kind of like saying send the text message to me. Okay, to me, send a text message is literally how you might want to translate it. To me, send a text message. We would say send a text message to me. In Chinese, they like to put this in front. 给我发短信, send a text message to me. 我想跟你聊天儿. So you should have enough here to figure out this sentence once you pause and write down what you think it means. And most certainly you came up with something quite close to call me on my cell phone or send me a text message if you have time. If you have time. 有空的话, right? 有空的话, if you have time. Remember this 的话, if you have time. 的话 means if, right? If you have time. 有空的话. I would like to chat with you. 我想跟你, I want with you chat. 我想跟你聊天儿. And she moves on and says, 新年快要到了，祝你新年快乐. Okay, so 新年 is New Year. 新 means new and 年 means year. New Year, 新年. And 要 and 了, so 快要到了. So this 要 and 了 is often used to say that something's going to happen soon. In this case, wherever the verb is between the 要 and the 了 is what's going to happen soon. Okay? So 快到了 will arrive soon. 快来了 will come soon. I'm sorry. I'm saying 快. 要到了 will arrive soon. 要来了 will arrive soon, etc. 新年快要到了 quickly 要到了. Okay? And you can learn more about this construction here by pausing right now and going to page 267 and 268 and looking at grammar point number 6. Okay, 快乐 means happy. 新年快乐. Again, they like to swap stuff or say it differently than we do. If you take this 快乐 and put it in front of 新年, you would have 快乐新年 or Happy New Year. But in Chinese, they put the New Year in front and they say 新年快乐, New Year happy. Happy New Year. So this is how you wish someone a Happy New Year. 新年快乐. You know the word for birthday, 生日. So happy birthday is 生日快乐. So what does this mean? Pause and write down what you think the meaning is. New Year's is almost here. 新年快要到了. I wish you a Happy New Year. 祝你, wish you. So this 祝, you saw this before at the end of the letter a couple units ago, right? It kind of means sincerely or wishes, best wishes, right? So 祝 here is wishing you a Happy New Year. Wishing you a Happy New Year. 祝你新年快乐. And then she signs off, Leo. And that concludes this lesson.